Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Wednesday, August 26th, 2020. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. The Ministry of Education is hosting its annual summer training workshop for teachers and other education personnel. Deputy Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Retna Walwyn-Brown, outlined the purpose of the workshops.
The purpose of my presence here is to reinforce the message that the Ministry of Health has been bringing since the onset of this pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, and that is to stress the importance of infection prevention and control and social distancing, especially in the context of education. We know that schools are areas where we have large numbers of persons gathering, and so that in itself is a risk factor for the transmission of the COVID-19 or virus. And so we are here to basically put things into context, show the reasons why certain protocols have to be put in place to stop and delay the spread of COVID-19.
Dr. Brown also noted that the Ministry of Health will continue to partner with the schools in the fight against COVID-19.
The Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Education has a long-standing relationship. The Health Promotion Unit has always been very active in promoting infection prevention control through campaigns such as hand washing, access to clean water, and different promotional activities. And so this is just a continuation of that relationship. And this relationship, of course, will be further strengthened. And as I mentioned before, as the situation changes or as new information comes forward, the Ministry of Health is here and willing and able to assist the education as it relates to making the best decisions to protect the schools, the children at the schools, and by extension, the community. The Ministry of Health also has representation on the COVID task force, and therefore any new information or anything as it relates to the functioning, especially with this new venture that we are embarking on, the reopening of schools during COVID-19, as different situations arise or as different matters arise, then they will be addressed. And so we look forward to continuing this relationship, and we'll do all that we can to ensure that our children are protected, our schools are protected, and by extension, our communities, our families, and the whole island of Nevis.
The workshops will take place over a 2-week period and will include various training sessions from the updated curriculum to preparing school meals. The following is a notice from the Ministry of Education in the Nevis Island Administration. Parents and guardians of secondary school students who wish to travel to and from school via the school buses for the 2020 to 2021 academic school year are required to complete a school bus registration form. Registering to travel on the school bus is mandatory in order to fulfill the COVID-19 safety protocols for transportation. Forms are available at the Department of Education, Marion Heights, as well as the secondary schools, and are available to be collected from Monday to Friday during regular business hours. Completed forms should be returned to the Department of Education on or before Monday, August 31st, 2020. The Nevis Electricity Company Limited Nevlec is celebrating its 20th anniversary, and as such, a number of activities are being hosted in celebration of this milestone. We'll hear more in this report.
On Wednesday, August 26th, Nevlec presented laptops to 3 secondary schools as part of their activities to celebrate the 20th anniversary.
Recognizing that COVID-19 has had an impact on our students' learning and may impact the mode of learning now and in the future to more electronic-based systems, virtual learning, we have decided as part of our celebration to donate a laptop to each one of our secondary schools to assist in educating our students. It is just a small gesture to help build a sustainable and resilient future. But like a massive tree, everything starts from a seed.
General Manager of Nevlec, Gilroy Pulte, also revealed the activities for the week-long celebration.
We will be on the Mark talk show with the premier, really sensitizing the public to where we have come from, where we are, and where we plan to be in the future. And on Thursday, we are doing a group walk into Charlestown and back via the other route. So it's really maybe a team bonding exercise for us as a company. And on Saturday is one of our big days. It is where we are going to recognize the hard work of our staff. All of our staff who have put in 20 years and more, who were there even before Nevlec with the electricity department of the NIA. And on Sunday, August 20th, we have a church service at the Gingerland Methodist Church, 9 a.m., where we have to give thanks for where we are today and to pray also for continued guidance into the future. September 1st, which is the actual 20th, the actual day on which the company turns 20, we are now going to recognize our customers. And what we plan to do is to give small tokens, trinkets, and to have a raffle where somebody is going to win a smart TV, and they're going to be 20 consolation prizes of $100, a voucher of $100 that persons can use towards the next electricity bill.
Representatives of the 3 secondary schools, namely Principal Joy Napier of the Nevis International Secondary School, Principal Juan Williams of the Charlestown Secondary School, and Deputy Principal of the Gingerland Secondary School, Kano David, accepted the laptops which were presented by employees of Nevlec. The theme for the celebration of the 20th anniversary is Nevlec at 20, powering Nevis into a sustainable and resilient future. A number of persons were present at the brief handing over ceremony, including Latoya Jeffers, Principal Education Officer responsible for secondary schools on Nevis. I'm Freddie Selabra reporting for the Nevis Newscast.
Still to come, ECSRC issues warning against fraudulent COVID-19 related scams circulating. The details after this break.
Contribute to the future. Create the sound of Nevis. The Nevis Tourism Authority, in collaboration with the Culturama Secretariat, presents the Nevis Song Competition. Winner will receive EC $5,000. That's right, 5,000 EC dollars could be yours. The deadline is September 11th, 2020. Submit your song to info@nevisisland.com. Visit www.nevisisland.com and www.culturamanevis.com for more information. It's the Nevis Song Competition.
Welcome back. The general public is asked to note that from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Thursday, August 27th, Upper Cane Garden, Church Ground, and Fig Tree Lane will have their water supply interrupted to facilitate the reconstruction of a culvert in Fig Tree Lane. In addition, the general public is advised that the road into Fig Tree Lane will be closed during the hours from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. to facilitate demolition of an old culvert. We wish to apologize for the inconvenience this improvement will cause. The following is a warning from the Eastern Caribbean Securities Regulatory Commission, ECSRC, through the Financial Services Regulatory Commission, Nevis Branch, asking persons on Nevis to be aware of fraudulent COVID-19 related scams in circulation. The Eastern Caribbean Securities Regulatory Commission, ECSRC, advises the public in the member countries of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, ECCU, to be aware of fraudulent investment offerings that are being circulated via the internet and other channels. These scams are currently being promoted using the COVID-19 pandemic as a cover to target unsuspecting or vulnerable individuals in times of economic stagnation and downturns. They include pyramid schemes, unauthorized forex trading, false COVID-19 related investments, and work from home and personal finance scams. A pyramid scheme is a fraudulent investment offering that profits almost solely through the recruitment of other participants into the program. The ECSRC warns the public to be on the alert for the following red flags of a pyramid scheme. 1. Emphasis on recruiting new participants to join the scheme. 2. Promise of a high return over a short time. 3. No genuine product or service is offered. And 4. Complex commission structure. Here are some tips on how to protect yourself. 1. Be suspicious of persons who contact you to invest quickly or promise high returns on your investment. 2. 2. Consider seeking financial advice or guidance before you invest. 3. Ensure that any individual or firm with which you conduct business is licensed or authorized by the ECSRC or other relevant government authority. The ECSRC is the regulator of securities business in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, ECCU. The member countries of the ECCU are Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, the Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Christopher, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The ECSRC will continue to take the necessary measures to prevent securities fraud in the Eastern Caribbean securities market. Therefore, if you are aware of or have been the victim of a fraudulent scheme in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, ECCU, we encourage you to contact the ECSRC via email at ecsrc@eccb-centralbank.org or the law enforcement authorities in your country. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.